Okay, now we can create this temperature ground here. So for this we will use resistors and capacitors. Then we can rotate this resistor. And then we have also capacitor. And then we can route this connection. So it will go there and here. Then we can move this somewhere there. And then we can copy this ground from here. And this resistor is 100 ohms. And this capacitor is 10 nanofarads. So we can add it here. In this project we will use total 4 temperature sensors. So we can ground this 5. So this is not used. And we will use these 4. Then we can add capacitors for this. So I will use this chip size. And I will add them here. And we can add these roads for this capacitors. So these capacitors are 10 nanofarads. And they are all grounded, so we can add ground here. Then there is this temperature resistor. Which is placed like here. We can rotate this. And they are connected to this pin. So this capacitor is basically just for filtering. And then we have small capacitors here close to the NTC pin for filtering. So we can search for capacitors. We can use this chip size again. And these capacitors are connected here. And we can move these little bit here. And these capacitors are grounded too. and NTC connectors are connected from here to the ground. So this will be used for NTCs. So we can draw lines here like this. And we can add these name labels for them. So this is and same thing for all these. So now we have all these temperature sensors, and we can later modify this sketch so it's easier to read. Now we can save this schematic and go to this PCB. So here we have these new components and we can drag them here. So it would be good if we can place capacitors close these pins here, and then we have these other capacitors which will be somewhere here close to the NTC pins. First we can place components for this temperature ground pin. So here in schematic we can see it's this R23 and C5. So we can go back to this PCB and search for this. So it was this C5 and R23. So these has to be close to this pin. So we can drag them here and try to route them. And this capacitor has to be close there. So we can rotate this like that, and then we can route there, and we can use this trace width, and it will be there, and then this is grounded, so we can add wheel there. And then there was this resistor. And we probably have to move these because there is not a lot space for this temperature pins now. We can try to add this capacitor for this temperature 0 pin now. So we can go here to this schematic and search for this capacitor. So it was this C6, and then there is this C7, C8 and C9, and they should be close to this component too. So we can try to move these components there and see how much there is space. So all these 4 should be close here. So first we could move these resistors somewhere because they don't have to be this close here, so we can basically just move them far away. So we can move it here, and we could even remove this resistor from here now, because it's more important to get this capacitors close here, so we can move that back there, and then we can try fit all these capacitors here. So there will be inductance on these wires, and we have to place these capacitors as close to this microchip as possible. So it looks like we have to move this microchip more there and make all these pads shorter. So I will end this video for now and we can continue that later.